Lovely, great to have you here, Sue. You can say g'day in the chat if you want to. That should be all good to go. Let us know where you're from, where you're coming in from. We'll make a little start. So, the healing of sports injuries and arthritis. Certainly noticing with the sports injuries, providing the injuries, less than, 4 to 6 to 8 weeks, it's actually clearing pretty quickly, almost 1 or 2 sessions. And that's because the unconscious doesn't have a grip yet on it at the identity level. So the identity of someone with an injury, and they have it for a long period of time, of course, you have an injury, so you believe you have an injury, you can feel it, right? You can feel the pain. So therefore, it becomes part of your identity over a period of time. And that's the crazy thing about it. It becomes these diseases and issues or resistance become part of our identity. We even get treated differently from family and friends if it's really obvious, especially if it's heavy arthritis. We can actually get not frowned upon, but look down at having this issue of some form of disability or pain structure. So we actually then start to live out a life of people noticing that we have some sort of pain structure, and that becomes part of our identity. So what I've certainly noticed working with my clients is that sometimes if it's 5 to 10 years longer, we've really got to change that identity, that belief structure of why we have this issue. And then once we can find those original memories, doing what in the process is negative flip belief, which is going back time and shifting it. There's normally 2 or 3 of them, but that's what the unconscious is using to keep the belief structure alive. So it's very important that we work on your beliefs of not good enough, not capable, not worthy, I'm someone that doesn't heal, as much as what it is removing the resistance out of the body, the pain points. So the pain points are the energy and they are the information of what's in the way. So relatively we can work on that, but we must work on it consciously as well. And when I started learning and studying all this work and getting into it, I had my own resistance and I could never get on a camera. I could never do this. Was never someone at a fear of being judged or rejected because, as a lot of you know, and some don't, I had that massive sabotaging fear of don't belong. So I couldn't put myself out there in case someone judged me. But what I would do as an unconscious plan of attack, is to go create these communities and events and outdoor functions and parties and stuff and festivals to get everybody together in a group so I could step into it and get a sense of belonging. But the crazy thing is, after I established and built these things, I'd have amazing resistance to actually stepping into that group. I'd get anxiety, I'd get body sweats, I'd stutter, I'd lose my words, and I wouldn't be able to go into the environment. I have to push myself into it, really force myself to get in there. And then I'd notice it was hard to have a conversation with my mates and people that I knew. And I had to work through that. And luckily enough for that, in those days I was building bars and nightclubs, so I could always sip on a couple of cold beers, and then all the resistance just fell away. But I can remember asking a few of my mates at the time and years later, do you experience that? What is it like for you? Do you have these issues? And most of the answers were no. Some of them would well, I just don't feel good enough or capable. I couldn't create what you have, or I don't feel good enough to do this or that, or I'm not worthy. And I started to unpack and realize there's all these sabotaging beliefs. There's 6 main ones, but we need to tidy all of them up if we're going to be out there creating health and vitality, creating what it is that we love, or our true nature and purpose, the predominant creative force, just being courageous and committed to our end choices. So whatever that we want to create, even if it's just to be a great dad or a mum, great parent, musician, an artist, whatever it is that you want to create, you're going to notice resistance. And the belief structures are a big key. And they're not real. You can't take them out and hand them to anybody. They're just stuck to past memories, conscious, unconscious, and superconscious memories, money stored by the unconscious, so that if that situation ever happens again in the future, your unconscious will try and get you to avoid it. Just like it was me trying to avoid groups and public area and lots of peoples and stuff, so that I didn't possibly get judged or rejected, which would prove that I didn't belong. And that would be painful and hurtful. So my unconscious, even though it was giving me all of that stuff, which was a pain in the butt and annoying and hard to deal with at the time, deep down at the inner vertical deep belief, the core belief, it was trying to avoid me for pain of not belonging in an environment which I experienced as a child, which was really painful. So it was actually helping me out. So when we actually realize the structure of the unconscious, that it does actually want to have you on board, it does want to keep you safe, we've got to look at what it's using to keep you safe and what does it even mean by safe. Because like the little girl that, as a 6-year-old, and this is in my education video on the website, the education video talk about the wee 6-year-old girl that's walking up with a picture and a poster of what she did in the weekend with her family, what she drew, and she trips over, and the whole class laughs at her. Now they're not actually laughing at her to be mean; they're laughing because she's 6 and she fell over. Now, if I was 6, I'd probably laugh too. It'd be funny if she tripped over something. But that wee 6-year-old unconscious brain won't see it that way. It'll look at being ridiculed, rejected, laughed at, frowned upon, whatever it takes on, and it's different for every kid because every kid's different. And then it'll spend the rest of its life trying to avoid getting in front of public. And that's where we see the fear of public speaking coming from. Childhood events that have happened where you're ridiculed or put down, and I'm not going back there. Excuse me. Because the unconscious knows, even at the age of 20 or 25, that if you go back there, you might experience more pain. What if you get rejected again? What if they laugh at you for public speaking? Now, sure, you can still public speak in a future self, but you got to push through the resistance. Just like I was doing, pushing through the resistance and the anxiety and body sweats, have a couple of beers just to fit in with the crowd. Now I can go out in public and it's fine. I don't need to drink at all. I just be out in public and there's absolutely nothing, which I'm truly grateful for because it's a massive shift. So same thing for that little girl with the public speaking. We can do a recode to remove the emotions and feelings off that memory, just like I did with mine, that's stopping me having my end result. Now, these points of energy in the body that we're upgrading and removing, they are information. And a massive part of the information in those points is the emotions and feelings on these past memories. And this is how it works. We have our current reality, which is where we are now, and we're going for our desired reality. We have a conscious brain, which is our thinking ego brain. And it just thinks. And it's quite fear-based. A lot of your thoughts you have are based behind them, actually, are fear-based. I'm not going to do that in case this happens or this or whichever. Our unconscious is all about feelings, survival, and keeping things the same. So if we think about that little girl that was in the class and got ridiculed, and she had pain attached to her, that memory, that traumatic memory. She had being ridiculed. She had the feeling of being rejected. Whatever it may be, looked upon. If we can ascertain this little 6-year-old girl here has the pain attached to it, which is this bit, to that memory, that when she's going to hear the public speak, for example, she has a current identity here of someone who's safe, not public speaking. So over here, she can't public speak. And that's because there's too much resistance in the way as she's going to have that. This resistance is the pain on the memory of that 6-year-old. So when she's going to have the public speaking, the unconscious identity here goes, no, you can't have that. And how it pulls you back down here, you can't have that because it's got bad feelings. It remembers these bad feelings, so it uses that, the rejection, the pain, everything to pull you back down here, being ridiculed. It uses the feelings of that to pull you back because it's also survived in this structure. That's where it survived. So if it survived in a structure, it's not going to be happy with you going over here again because it could hurt. And it won't even know if you'd survive if you've never public spoken before. So it will put up resistance. Now, the public speaking is just an example. For me, it was just being in public. Being around a group of people of 4 or more, it was trouble. Trying to record what I was doing, I struggled to get front on camera. And when I used to do videos for different things, because I'm extrovert and loved being around people and doing these things, I really struggled. I was called the Take 10 guy, because it would take at least 10 videos for me to say a name and address of a property or whatever I was talking about. Probably a minute's worth of video, which most people wouldn't struggle with. So my identity was trying to keep me in this identity so I didn't get judged or rejected, which proved I didn't belong, which would bring me down to pain. So it was trying to protect me. Now, keeping the same is keeping you the same identity for survival. It's keeping you in the same structure. So what basically the work here is, we're in our current reality. We're going for a desired reality. There's information attached to a past trauma that's stored in our body, in our joints. Generally, if it's something really bad and we don't want to talk to anybody about it, and we chose to forget it, and we don't want anyone to see it, from that little 1 to 7-year-old, it's normally lower back. Very, very common in the lower back. Very easy upgraded. The hips, the balance the hips of moving forward, of being on your adventure, gets stored in the hips. Now, these points that are in the body of this energy, holding a lot of this information. The 2-point clears that information and upgrades that memory so it no longer has the pain. Now, if it doesn't completely upgrade the memory through the 2-point, we have the other processes like the recode, subconscious recode, which is what I used initially to clear my don't belong. But at least you can get your body back so it's in no more pain. Now, if we notice that having a healthy body over here, we have it for a little bit doing the point and it comes back, just means we've got new pain points on past memories that we've got to clear. There's other stuff going on there. I suppose you can really see that, can you? Close my chats down. Better. So we can see here the girl with her pain and her emotions and feelings from that pain she's using in here, her identity to the unconscious level, to keep it in the structure. And it's not going to let you want to have that until it feels safe, because it's all about survival. So in this work, we must, and depending how much stuff you've got, that's why it takes at least 4 to 8 weeks for the identity to feel safe in here. And over that 4 weeks, we shift into here, and we're actually creating a new identity that does feel safe having this, that doesn't have the beautiful feelings of this new identity. And then it starts keeping this the same. And we do that by removing all this stuff here and then here. So having this becomes easy. And then we can have what we want. You know, through the process of all the work that I've done with me and my clients, and I only know this because I went through it myself. There's 2 programs on the website, removing resistance to public speaking and making video content, is because I had to go through that and create that. I noticed all my resistance and I put it into those programs. So I've been there and experienced it. So I get it. I know it's difficult and sometimes it's really hard because we're stuck in the current reality loop. We find it hard to have this because 1, we don't know how to have it. And 2, if we try to, like for example, we go to have it and we come down here and we read a book about it, we might have a win and then we go for it again. The resistance shows itself again because it's trying to keep us here. So we might go in here, we might go see a specialist and talk about it. Might get a result, come up here and we go for it again. We might come down here and try some hypnosis, get a result, come up here. And we're just getting stuck in this loop. That's what's so different about the 2-point. The 2-point is us basically finding these 2 points, the current reality and the desired reality, the 2 points of information. We step into our heart chakra, go into the field, create a line of information between the 2 points, and then it upgrades everything in between. It upgrades the resistance. And that's the cool thing about it. Now, you can do it in the field online, it works just as well, or you can even do it in person, which is if you live near Motueka, downtown here, you can come down to the clinic, we can do some work there. So that's my little structural bit of artwork. I hope you got something out of that. Sort of basically explains where the 2 points come from. And what I've been experiencing with the 2 points lately is working on a hologram and creating a hologram of, say, your knee, which I've been working with a few knees lately, creating a hologram of the knee right next to your knee, and then getting you to put your finger closed eye, because closed eye shuts the conscious brain down, and putting the point into the hologram and noticing where the energy is, because it's your body, and then being able to clear it in the hologram, putting it back, and believe it or not, it removes the energy of the pain, which is another really cool process that I've just done my training or doing training and learning. So what I'll do is I'll just put a little link in here in case Sue or Mary want to jump on a call and chat about it. Then or reach out by phone, etc. You can do. So I'll just put a link there, Calendly. So if you feel like you want to jump on a call and chat about any of this work, you can do. Just cut and paste it. Waiting room is not in these. Oh, what? Cool. There we go. So the 2 point. What I thought we could do tonight, we can work on the 2 point in the field if you want to. Or if one of you want to jump out, I can demonstrate the 2 point and remove a pain, a lower pain, back pain, or a pain in your body. Something you'd like to remove tonight. Now, see, there's only 2 people on the call today, and my wife, Kirsten. Great to have you here. Is there anything you'd like to work on, Murray or Sue? Jump out tonight and have a session
Oh, my knee.
on your knee? Okay, cool.
With all the rain we've had over the last few days,
Yes,
my right knee has just gone off the scale. I don't know where it's come from.
right, okay. And what part of the knee is painful?
Just, just it's the right knee, and if you were looking at it straight on, it would be to your left, just in that sort of hollowy bit from the kneecap between there and the actual joint itself.
Okay.
But whole knee just, yeah. But it's been good today because the rain stopped. I thought that was an old myth.
You never know what the unconscious are trying to avoid. That's the thing. It can have its own patterns about anything. But hey, so you can feel the pain spot?
Yep.
Yep, great. And how many points do you think you'd have in your knee of pain?
Oh, gee, over the last few days, the whole thing's been giving me grief. But
Okay,
it's
rightio.
really that spot I was talking about, just to the side there.
Okay, right. And the rest of the knee's okay? Like
Yep.
around the inside? Yep, okay. Great, rightio. So let's unpack it first. And what would you be doing in your desired reality to have a perfectly healthy knee?
Uh, Getting about without any pain.
Okay. And what are you doing out and about?
Um, Walking,
Walking? Great.
exercising, mowing the lawns.
Have you got a very big lawn?
Um, yeah, it's big enough. I've done it tonight. It takes about an hour.
Oh, yeah. Cool. Okay, rightio. And let's think about your current reality. What's it like now? Like it's painful, obviously.
Oh, it's not too bad tonight. It's just that I put my finger on it now, and that's woken it up again.
Yep, so you can feel the pain. Is there a lack of limitation or anything with it?
No,
Just pain. Okay. Cool. So what I want you to do here now is when we talk you through it, get you to close your eyes in a minute, which shuts down the thinking part of the brain. And then I want you to visualize where your finger is on the point. Just visualize that and just set the intention to get the most out of the process. And when you're visualizing the hand, just think, yep, that's my current reality. That's where I am now. I'm being stuck. That it's pain. And then I'll bring it up to your desired reality and I'll get you to visualize walking, mowing the lawns, etc. And then I'll do the 2 point in the field and we'll might have don't know how we need 2 or 3 and we'll upgrade that for you. So what you can do is put your finger on just 1 point for the first time and then close your eyes and choose it. choose it to be current reality, set the intention to get the most out of the process, and just visualize where your finger's touching that point. Just visualize it, the finger on the knee. And just notice that there's some pain there, some restriction. And then I want you to go up to your desired reality and just choose it to be healthy. Just choose it to be walking and mowing with ease. That's it, and just visualize that. And just notice you've got a perfectly healthy knee out walking and mowing. Just choose it. Perfectly healthy knee in all aspects. And just notice what it's like having that. And all I'm doing is using my intuition to find the points in the field. And then when I find them, when Murray focuses on it, I can find it intuitively. So Murray's now focusing on a perfectly healthy knee. I can find that point in the field. Then come down your timeline to your current reality. Notice what it's like now being on this call. Your finger touching the point. I can find that point. And then we can just bring them together and notice the upgrade on a perfectly healthy knee. Walking and mowing the lawns. Just knowing what that's like. Cool. Sweet. And then take your finger off that point and open your eyes. And how does that point feel now?
Pretty good, thanks.
Good, awesome. No pain there now?
Um,
And the same point?
no.
No, great. Okay. So now find the next point. Put your finger on that knee or that point.
Yep.
Yep, you got it.
Yep.
Great. Visualize that current reality. Know what it's like. Know where it is. Visualize your finger touching that point. Go up your desired reality and just choose it to be healthy. Notice you're walking, mowing the lawn. Just notice what it's like having a perfectly healthy knee. And just choose it. Being in the outdoors, being at work. Just choose this perfect choice of a perfectly healthy knee. That's it. Perfectly healthy knee. Notice what it's like having that. And just choose it. Cool. Excellent. Then open your eyes, take your finger off. It should be good to go. What's different?
Mm, yeah, it does feel a bit different.
Yep.
Feels a bit lighter.
Great. Awesome. Does it feel a bit stiff?
Yep.
Okay, that's what I'm getting to. So what I want you to do then is put your palm, cover the whole area that's stiff where you were. Put your palm on it, on the knee.
Yep.
Close your eyes. Visualize the hand being on the knee. Just visualize that. And then go up your timeline and choose it to be healthy and strong. Powerful, healthy, strong knee. We'll just do healthy, strong first. And then come back down your timeline, keeping your eyes closed. Focus on your current reality. Noticing what it's like. Current reality. Visualizing your palm on that knee. And then I want you to go up your timeline to your desired reality and choose it to be amazingly flexible. Healthy and flexible. Just choose that. Great. And then just notice you're walking and mowing the lawns with flexibility in the knee. Flexible and healthy. So flexible. So flexible. And just choose it. Then just notice what else you're doing with a flexible knee, being at work, being outdoors. Just notice what it's like having that powerful, healthy, flexible knee. Notice what it's like now. And then choose it. Great. Then open your eyes, take your hand off and give it a wee move around and see what you think.
Mm. Yeah, yep.
Pretty good.
Um, Better middly.
Yep. What else is there another point that we need to work on?
Uh,
What's in the way?
it's just, as I say, it's just been the whole thing the last few days. And I think it's probably still just settling down.
Yeah. So can you feel any more pain points on it?
No,
So it's
not
kind
on, no.
so it's kind of like behind the kneecap, is it?
No, it's sort of, it's really the whole thing, I suppose. Gee.
Okay. Do you want to try the hologram process then? Because if you can't feel the pain spot, you better visualize it intuitively in your knee, can you?
Yep.
Yep. Okay. Well, let's try that then. Let's do the process with a hologram. So what I want you to do is close your eyes, and I want you to choose the best result for the process. Just be intuitive around it. Set the intention, the best result, and create a hologram right next to your right knee. And this hologram is of your knee. It is your knee, but it's a hologram. Are you able to see that hologram okay?
No.
No? Okay. So look at your knee and take a picture of it. Just look at it.
Yep.
And then turn it into a hologram, which is like made of graphics, 3D graphics, like a 3D drawing.
Mm-hmm.
And then close your eyes and keep that picture in your memory. And you can still got that picture in your memory.
Yep.
Yep, great. Now just move that along from your knee, just next to your knee in the field. Just sit it in the field, that hologram. And now put your hand onto your knee, on your real knee, and just notice where the resistance is, pain points or whatever. And then look at that hologram and visualize those resistant points in the hologram. And you'll notice some points of resistance that are in there that's in the hologram. Make them up in the hologram as they are in your knee. Just notice them all. Notice where they are. Notice what they're doing. That's it. You can see the points okay in the hologram?
Yep.
Great. So then visualizing having your hand, put it on all the points in the hologram as though you're making a pretend hand into the hologram on all those points. Just leaving your hand on the knee. You're doing well. Just stay with me. You can see all those points in the hologram. Just let them sit there. Leave them there for a minute. And now what I want you to do is to create a projector screen in front of you in the field. Just create a projector screen in front of you and draw a white circle to the left of it, the left-hand side. Are you able to draw that circle okay?
Yep.
Yep, great. Now what I want you to do is take everything, that circle is what you don't want. Everything in that circle is what you don't want. Now what I want you to do is to transfer all those points from the hologram into that circle. And it may look like cloudy energy or hard points, or you'll get a picture around what they are. Just put it all into that circle of what you don't want. And just sit them in there and leave them in there. Have you got
Yep.
them all in there? Okay, great. Now, when you look at that circle, all those points in there, what do you see? What's it telling you?
Well, it looks like jagged edges.
Right, okay. Right, so jagged edges. So it's not wanting you to do somewhere. So that's fine. So we just leave that in that circle of what you don't want. And now I want you to create another circle next to it. Draw another circle on the right-hand side, and that circle's got everything that you love. So I want you to put everything that you love into that circle. Family, food, music, hunting, animals, everything that you love, put into that beautiful circle on the right. And just notice the power of that circle on the right. Just notice what it's like having everything that you love. And tell me, how does that circle on the right feel?
Mm,
Feels good?
it's getting there.
Okay, so if you love the outdoors, put more of the outdoors in there. Put everything you love, everything you just love to do, everything you've done in the last few months, weeks, just the fun stuff. Your favorite food, everything that you love to do. Favorite music. How many dogs have you got?
Two.
Two. Beautiful. Put them in there. What are their names?
Frog and Slim.
Frog and Slim. Okay, put Frog and Slim in there in that beautiful circle. Have them barking at each other and barking at you, having fun. Beautiful. Just put everything you love into that circle. How does it feel now? Good?
Yep.
Great. Now what I want you to do is to get that circle and move it along and put it on top of the other one. So the white ring, that circle, becomes one. The one you love goes on top of the one you don't want, and pour everything into that circle that you love and just mix it all up like vegetable soup. And just notice what you love has a higher frequency and energy than what you don't want. And everything you don't want starts to fade away. And just keep mixing it up like vegetable soup to all those jagged edges. Just dissolve away like sand, a puff of smoke, as everything you love has a higher energy, a higher power, higher frequency, and removes everything that you don't want. And just keep mixing it all up until everything you don't want's gone. It's all disappeared. And just choose it. Choose everything that you love. Dogs, being outdoors, family, just choose it all. Just notice it overrides everything that you don't want until everything you don't want is completely gone. And a puff and thin air. Is everything you don't want, is it gone now?
Yep.
Yep, great. So now I want you to notice that circle, everything that you love, and just choose it. And now what I want you to do is to look down at the hologram that you've created. And has all the energy, the stuff, whatever was stuck in there, has it gone?
Yep.
Great. Now what I want you to do is keep your hand on your knee, but in the hologram, just move the hologram over and into your knee for the upgrade. Knowing that hologram and your knee is the same. And pouring everything into that knee that you love. And just choosing it. The hologram of health, which is clear, becomes your knee because it is your knee. It all becomes one. And then take your hand off and open your eyes. And how does it feel now? What's
Mm,
different?
mm, to be honest,
Yep, absolutely.
not a lot.
Not a lot.
No.
No more flexibility.
Um, not really. No.
Okay, rightio. So, because you've got jagged edges, sometimes because they're jagged, they're quite hard. They're in there for a reason.
Yeah.
Quite often, when that works, 90% of the time, it's we see energy like smoke or energy in there. So that's okay. I'm not giving up on you yet. So what I want you to do now is put the left hand and the right hand, because it's all upgrades. It just takes time. Put your left hand on the inside of your knee and the right hand on the outside of your knee. So your knee is in between your hands.
Do I clasp my fingers?
Yeah, if you want to, yep. As long as all the points in your knee that are stuck, those jagged edges,
Yep.
just make sure they're all in between your palms.
Yep.
Yep. And just look at the belief structure too, the belief of wanting change. That you can do this, that you can have change, just believing in yourself and believing in the process. And just choose it. Just choosing the belief structure. And then close your eyes and visualize the hand on the left. Just choosing that hand on the left. And then visualize the hand on the right. And then create a beam of energy between the hands going through those points. And the hand on the left is the current reality. Visualize where that is. Visualize the hand on the right as a desired reality, perfectly healthy knee. Just notice where that is. Have that beam of energy going through the knee from left to right. And just choose it to be healthy. And just let the jagged edges know that they're no longer required. They're no longer needed. And just set them free. Just let them know that you no longer need them for survival. That you'll be fine with a perfectly healthy knee. And just choose that perfectly healthy knee. Just noticing what it's like having that perfectly healthy right knee. Just choose it in your heart, noticing where your left hand is and your right hand, and just choosing it to be healthy. Healthy and flexible right knee. And then open your eyes and take your hands off, and let's test it again.
Mm, yeah.
Yeah. So think about when it was like when we first started, like I say, out of 10, it was like an 8 or 9 or a 10 or whatever. What number do you think it was before we started?
Mm, to be honest, there's not a lot of difference.
There's not a lot of difference, even though at the beginning there was, when you the first bit.
Yep.
Has that come back?
Yep.
Okay, well, you're the 1 in 10. That makes you special.
Oh, yeah.
That yeah, so that means in here, your identity is struggling to accept this. It's really struggling. It's like, no, I'm not going there.
Yep.
Too much pain, too much resistance to this stuff. So then that's why you'll need like the recodes and the processes to remove all the emotions and feelings off these memories. Because your identity let us have a little bit, and then it brought you straight back again.
Yep.
A little bit, straight back again.
Yep.
So
My
there's only 1 in 10 clients that have that.
biggest problem is trying to imagine stuff.
Right, yeah,
Um, Concentration's never been the best, and then
yeah,
trying to do that, and pack everything in.
yeah,
Um, Wanting it so bad, I suppose. Yeah,
yeah.
but it's funny. It's burning now.
Eh?
It's sort of a burning sensation now.
In your knee?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. So that's because it's trying to burn up the jagged edges.
Oh,
So the heat is doing the upgrades. It's healing. It's
yeah.
just you got jagged edges. If you said to me, I've got smog there or some sort of a cloudy energy focus, it always clears all the time pretty quick.
Okay.
But I had one guy on last week. It took me 4 hours to clear his, and he had like sharp nails in there, steel nails, and I had to bring a file and file them and before they dissipate. But that took 4 hours
Yeah.
because we had to recode all this stuff in here.
Yeah.
We had to find all the memories here of that little boy that's experienced stuff, that's attached to the unconscious, that survived it, so it wants to keep it in that structure and struggles to have any identity of living here. And generally, if this is pain and this is love, if we haven't had a life with much love, the identity is scared of going there. Or if it has had love and then lost it, it doesn't want to go back because it's too painful.
Yeah.
So it puts up all this resistance.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why we have to do the recodes. We have to do more recodes and basically cancel all that out. And that just takes time. And that's why it takes 4 to 8 weeks because the identity's got to shift into this feeling safe. Yeah. So with the arthritis program, it's 8 weeks, but sometimes it's only one or two, 3 sessions. So people just buy 3 sessions and they're fine. Away they go. They get a meditation. Away they go.
Yeah.
But in the case where the identity is just too strong here, holding it back, we've got to do a 4 to 6 week program to bring it over here to being safe. And that's 2 sessions a week, meditation each day, doing the online program with all the recodes. Every day you're not with me, you're doing the processes. And then eventually your identity goes, actually, I like it over here. I do feel safe. And then it drops all its stuff.
Mm.
And that's called creating a new habit of having what you want and not what you don't want. So even though you like the 1 in 10, that's awesome because you're special. But it just it just means we can't do as much as what we'd love to in a short amount of time. You've got to go through a longer program.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not a bad thing. It's just we've got to unpack 40 odd years of stuff, whatever it is for you, that you've created that's kept you in that identity.
60 years.
Well, 60 years, even longer then, yeah. And it takes time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just takes time. It took me 6 to 8 months to lose all my crap,
Yeah.
my sabotaging beliefs and all the stuff. But all
Yeah.
I ever had was in masterclass. I never had any one-on-one coaching or anything. I didn't have the stuff that I've created now because the
Yeah.
programs I went through it, learned so much. I recreated the programs that work in a short amount of time.
Yeah.
Hmm. So as much as what I'd say, I'd love you to have an instant result there on that knee. If it's burning, that's good. It's working. It might feel great tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because the 2 point does work. It does upgrade over 24, 36 hours. It does keep moving along.
Yeah.
But either way, whether that's to have a healthy knee or body, or your true purpose, or just to have a life of ease and peace and joy, either way, we've got to get rid of this stuff because you'll notice that resistance on
Yeah.
anything at all that you want to create.
Yeah.
And you can probably feel that as I talk about anytime you're going to have want something, you'll feel that resistance.
Yep.
Yeah. It's just
No.
strong within you, that's all.
Yeah, it is. You're spot on. Spot on there.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Feeling good enough. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah, yeah. So if we have the not good enough over here, we have the not good enough and you survived it. The feeling of not good enough becomes part of your identity. So every time you go over here to have something,
Yes,
the world will go, you're not good enough to have that, and just pull you straight back.
yes. You're
Hmm.
not worthy.
Pardon?
Not worthy.
Not worthy, yeah, not worthy of it. The not worthies generally you want to do everything for everybody else, but you'll never do anything for yourself because you're not worthy of it.
That's it.
Yep, and you'll hope that if you do enough for everybody else, that one day you'll get everything you want, and it never happens.
No, no, no. Yeah,
So we've
spot on.
got to tidy that one up as well. So you're worthy of having a healing, of having a healthy knee.
Yeah,
Yeah. And they're not good enough. We generally go for, we have lots of things on the go. We create bits and pieces here and there prove to the world that we're good enough. Or we do the other end of the scale. We don't even give it a go
yeah,
in case we get told we're not good enough and it hurts too much. So we just stay here and stay in our little comfort zone.
yes,
And then we're not having, I mean, you can feel okay in your current zone if you do some work and work on the belief structure and whatnot. You can feel okay in your current reality, but you're not creating anything.
yeah.
And over here is where the true life is. This is your true purpose, your fun, the gift. This is where all the fun is.
I've
This is
actually lived, not just existing.
yeah, correct. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. This is just same loop, keeping everything the same.
yes,
And the cool thing about it, once you're in your desired reality for 8 weeks, first 4 weeks, big shifts, big improvements. The second 4 weeks is feeling safe having it. This actually then becomes your current reality.
mm,
That's all gone. So that becomes the current reality. And then you go, well, I'm good enough. I'm worthy. I do want to play that guitar again. I do want to do artist. I do want to get a girlfriend again. I do want to travel. And then the steps get bigger and bigger, bigger on the creations just because you love it. Just because
yeah,
you love it for no other reason. And it's quite bizarre. Like tonight before the call, I thought I might do some artwork and do some drawing and whatnot, which I wouldn't. I don't normally do on these webinars because it's just don't do it. But tonight as I'm doing it, and I'm glad I did because it's exactly what you needed.
mm,
So you could understand the whole process, where the points are, the resistance, what's in the way, and why you can't have what you want, what the problem is. They're not good enough and not worthy. And I was like 80% didn't belong. I knew I was worthy and good enough. So I was creating all these things, but I didn't belong in the world.
yeah.
Didn't
It's
belong, didn't
not,
belong here at all.
it's not a nice feeling, huh?
No, it's horrible. It's terrible. Yep. And because you survive it, just gets more and more and more.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. And that's why at the age 45, I just quit everything and spent all my money on trying to fix myself,
yeah,
spent hundreds of $1,000s and then realized that I wasn't broken and I was focusing on trying to fix myself, so I just get more broken.
yeah,
I was in that loop. I was stuck.
yeah.
That's when I answered that ad. I spent $20,000 on that certification, Magnetic Mind, and it taught me structure. I was like, that's the missing link. So I was able to bring in all the stuff that I'd learned from all the different modalities and creating my programs to have this. And then working with clients the last 3, 4 years, I've been able to work out the time frames, the belief structures, what's in the way, etc. And intuitively come up with the processes and the programs to work with clients to get the best result.
Mm,
Hmm. Sometimes it's 10 days, sometimes it's 4 weeks, sometimes it's 3 months. But the
mm,
4 to 8 weeks is the key in your situation. Absolutely.
mm. Probably be twice that long in my case.
12 weeks is the max. 12 weeks is for someone that's completely suicidal, can't get out of the house, can't leave, just wants to die, basically.
Okay.
And in 12 weeks, they're out there creating a life they love and they can't even believe their old self.
Yeah.
So you're not that low, I'm sure.
Not quite yet.
Not quite yet. So you maybe 8.5 weeks.
I better start saving up.
Eh?
I better start saving up.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got time payment. You can flick a deposit and pay it off anytime you want to. I don't mind that. I'd rather get you in the work and getting the shift and having a life you love and leaving the money in the way.
It's that follow-up stuff that I got to do myself that worries me.
Yeah, once you start listening to the meditation for 5 to 10 days, your whole unconscious shifts. When you listen to a meditation, the unconscious has got no choice but to listen to it, right? And it's all about this. And I got a few good ones. And for my clients that buy the program, I make up a tailored one exactly on what they love. So we go straight to what you love, and you listen to that every day for 5 to 10 days. I guarantee you, you'll be like, Greg, I get it. I can have this, can't I? And I'm like, yes, you can. Because the unconscious, that's the trick way to believe, the unconscious to feel safe having it is meditation. So the key with the meditation, why meditations work so well, is because you get a thought by listening to it. What you think, you get a thought. That gives you the emotion. The emotion gives you the feelings. Or sometimes it might give you a feeling in the emotion. And then that gives you your belief structure, what you believe in, what you believe to be true. Worldly views, relationship views, job views, me views, you views, whatever, just views, beliefs. Now, your beliefs drive you into what actions you take. You take your actions on your beliefs, right? If you believe a meat diet's good, you eat a whole lot of meat. If you believe you want to be a greenie, you'll be a greenie, based on
Yep.
the information that you receive on your belief structure. Now, the actions, which obviously your actions are based around your values. You've got to have values in there. What's important to you? You know, your values.
Mm.
But then that comes up here too, your reality. Everything you create from your action gives you your reality, right? What you do every day, 24 hours a day, is your reality. Your reality is all based around what you think.
Yep.
So if we can get the thought process right, that changes everything else in the structure. The thought process right changes everything else in the structure. Instead of having identity reality here, we have an identity reality here.
Yep.
Yeah. And that's where the meditation comes in, because the meditations is great because the eyes are closed. The conscious can't see anything apart from what you visualize, which is the meditation of your desired reality. It believes it to be true. And after 5 to 10 days, you haven't died. So it goes, oh, I haven't died. Maybe it is okay. I can have this.
Mm.
And it drops the resistance because it believes it to be true. Quickest way to trick the unconscious, believes it to be true. Close your eyes, visualize on what you want as your desired reality, your true nature and purpose, health and vitality, predominant creative force, being a great dad, being a great person, relationships, whatever, and it all just comes together. And that's why I don't work with anyone for longer than 12 months, because they don't need me. We've removed all their crap and they're out creating a life they love. Some people buy a program and have one session a month for 6 to 12 months. That's okay. That's fine. But if I work with anyone for longer than 12 weeks, what am I setting them up for? They can't survive without me because the survival unconscious kicks in. Oh, this guy's been around for all that time. I need him. You don't need me. That's why I don't give advice in my work. I just give guidance, intuitive guidance to you, your intuition, your steps, your information coming through. Take the actions, and then we use the processes to remove what's in the way. Meditation's the key. Not a meditation making you feel good in here, a meditation making you focus on what you love just because you love it. That's where your superpower is. Your center heart self, your chakra, focusing on what you love. That's where the magic happens. Is it easy? No, of course it's not. Is it fun? Yes. But every time you do a process and move forward, you get more information, your identity feels safer, and then eventually you have it. Then we're good to go.
What if you can't visualize this stuff?
It just means because you got a block, because when you're a kid, something happened about visualization. You were told I don't dream, don't think big, you'll never have that, you'll just have a boring job, you'll just be, oh, that's a bad painting, or that's a terrible thing you built, it looks terrible. So as that little kid, which is designed to visualize, goes, I'm not doing that because it's bad, it's painful. It's the
Yep.
identity puts a block in it like a wall.
Yes.
So we just break that wall down through the processes. And here you have the part of the meditation, which is personalized for each client, having amazing imagination. So I want you to close your eyes and close your eyes, and think about frog. Think about your dog. Can you see him easily? Open your eyes. There's nothing wrong with your imagination when you're focusing on what you love.
Yeah.
Close your eyes. Visualize your vehicle, car or truck, whatever it is. Visualize the color, the wheels, cab, the door. Can you see it?
Yep.
Nothing wrong with your visualization. Just needs to be trained in another way. Focus, trained to have feel safe having what it wants.
Mm. Sounds easy.
It is. It's not simple because you've got to do the work, but it's easy.
Yeah, being a
But
lazy, that's what concerns me.
well, that's your choice then. You're just choosing to be lazy. If that's your
Yeah,
choice, I respect that. But you can choose this.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if I did, would I have what's the one, the drive to do that, to get to the DR?
Well, what do you think?
Well, that's the thing that's the block, isn't it, right there?
Correct. There you go. So that would be the first thing, is would have you focusing on your DR and removing the blocks and then visualize them and knowing you can have them becomes easier. Put that into meditation and then let it roll out for 5, 10, 15 days and then you'll be it.
She's a pretty,
Hey,
it's a pretty big block.
it's only a block.
There's 60 odd years of it in there.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, I know you want it. You've just got to choose it.
That's the other thing. I think I do.
Yes. You think you do. Ego
Yeah,
thinking, yep, think you do, yep.
yeah.
But
Is it going to be scary out the other side?
there you go, feelings and emotions, scary at the other side. So
Mm,
once again, it's putting scary, trying to stop you having the other side. It's just
mm,
using emotions of feeling scary from the past to stop you having that.
yeah.
When we recode scary, you no longer think scary anymore. Mm.
Mm. I think you'd have your work cut out, to be honest.
No, well, trust me, mate, I've had way bigger challenges, way bigger. I had a 14-year-old that had tics,
Yep.
like jolting all the time and just throwing things and the rest of it. Now he's fine. He's living a completely normal life.
Sure.
I had a guy on Darnie worked with him a year ago. He was on crutches, autoimmune disease in his back and his hips and his bone structure muscles. He was told that he has a specific disease that eats away his flesh and his muscles and his whatever, just another label. And he texts me tonight, he does not have an inch of pain in his whole body. And he's been living a life he loves for the past since last September, August. Out there just doing it. They can do it, buddy. I can do it. You can do it. It's just a choice. Just got to choose it and do the work, and I'll guide you and support you all the way through
You know the old saying, can't teach an old dog new tricks.
it. And that's a choice, staying in here.
Mm.
There's a good testimony on my website from a lady, Debbie, who put that in there. Her testimony. She said, "I was one of those people that can't teach an old dog new tricks, and now she's fully healed." And she had fibromyalgia and arthritis. It was actually my mother-in-law, Debbie, Kirsty's mum. She couldn't even open a can of spaghetti.
Yep,
She couldn't get the clothes out of the wash machine. She was like this.
yep.
Yeah. She said that exact same thing until she started working with me. Now she's fine. She's totally healed. She's out there. She went to Aussie. She got back yesterday. Went for a
Mm.
holiday. So all the monkey chatter, all that stuff, it's just resistance. None of it's true. It's just your resistance.
Yep,
X. Give you something to think about.
yep.
I'll find you a I'll email you a couple of meditations to listen to. And you just listen to them every morning and night, twice a day, regardless, even lunchtime if you can at work or whatever. Just listen to them and just notice in 5 days how it's changing. It's always the fifth day onwards that you notice a change.
Okay.
Sound good?
Oh yeah, I'm just yeah, yep. No, that sounds good. Um, yeah, just that yeah, just got that kick in the ass to get going and believe that I can actually do it.
Yeah. Well, you can. Absolutely.
Hmm.
What's it going to take to give you a kick in the ass?
Oh, bloody long leg from where you are.
Very long leg.
That's the hard thing, when you just do the same thing every day, isn't it? Your same routine or whatever. You get that comfort spot, eh?
Hmm.
And where you want to be, what you're doing, is wrong.
Yep. And every time you have that perception about the world or any action about anything, you just look at structure and go, where am I?
Yep,
And it's everything there. Structure doesn't lie.
yep,
Structure's here, being safe, stuck in the same
yep,
unconscious patterns of just being stuck here, being safe. You just got to ask yourself, do I want to be there in 12 months, 6 months, 2 years? Do you still want to be there?
Do you just wave a magic wand or something?
Well, I'm learning some pretty new cool stuff at the moment where I probably could do a few Wandy stuff. Trying to process the first time today, this new stuff I'm learning, it was pretty cool.
Yep,
But I've got to roll that out and practice a lot more of that stuff yet. But the magic wand will be you doing the work, listening to the meditations, tuning up for the calls, writing down what you're experiencing as monkey chatter each day, like not good enough, worthy, you're beautiful for bringing those out. And I just recode them until you don't experience it. You imagine a life without not worthy, not good enough. And when you think about anything, go, yeah, I'm worthy, I'm good enough.
yep,
Yeah. Just
mm,
like my belong. I know, but like after I removed the don't belong, I can remember going out in town and sometimes if I went to a pub, I'd go in the middle of the pub and be like, I belong, yeah, woo. It was such a cool feeling because I walked in there naturally like everyone else did, just free and at peace.
yep,
And I noticed, people like the guy the next day at the rugby come up and started talking to me. He was backing his car up and he was backing his car and he stopped and started talking to me through the window, went round his passenger window down just to chat. Another guy, I was walking down the main street and he stopped to start talking to me. Never had that before from these people.
mm,
And that's when I realized I'd so stuck and don't belong, I was pushing people away
yes,
energetically and they could pick up on it and go, oh, no, won't talk to Greg today. As soon as I got rid of it, people just chatted.
yep, yep,
So it all falls into place when you choose it, remove what's in the way and take the action to have it.
yep,
The 5 steps. Notice what you want, step into the emotions and feelings of having it, the fun, the excitement, just like the circle of love. Come back to now, notice what it's like now briefly. Oh, it sucks or it's uncomfortable. And then look forward to that. Then we ask the unconscious what it's using in the way. It tells us, and then we just recode it.
mm. All right.
Right,
I'll give it.
good.
Yep, I'll give it a thought, Greg.
Okay, buddy.
Um, is there anybody else on here?
Sue's on here. And hey, Sue, how are you?
Sorry.
So I've forgotten about you a little bit. If you're still here, if your videos, if you want to come out and say good day, you can do. But apart from that, thanks, Murray.
Thank you, Greg.
You're very welcome. Just reach out when you're ready.
All right.
I bet you that knee's feeling good tomorrow. I bet
Sounds
you'll
good.
sleep well too.
Sounds good, Greg.
Okay, mate. Awesome. Thanks for being here. Good night, everybody. Thanks, Sue.
I
Thanks,
appreciate it.
Kirsten.